Sometimes I wish I was a celebrity. That way I ain't gotta follow no rules. I think Alexandria Ortiz-Cortez is not wearing a mask for easy access for dicks to go in her mouth. I don't think she care about COVID coming out. Next! Not only do the rich not give a fuck, they don't give a fuck in your face.
Football fans, we learned today, will be required to wear KN95 masks if they're attending the Super Bowl. That's taking place in LA next month.
Said who? Because majority of the people at the game didn't get that message, especially the celebrities.
We're in Hollywood. Who do we got here? We got Jay-Z. Matt Damon. Charlize Theron is here.
Chris Tucker taking it all in. Get those pictures. Basketball royalty in the house. LeBron James. And of course, Irvin Magic Johnson.
Not near one of them celebrities even look like they own a mask. Next!
They've been reporting there about 32,000 new COVID cases a day.
You should see the number of immigrants we get in a day, because that will be triple. Next!
Jennifer and Ben. Emmett Smith.
There you go. There's my kind of celebrity.
Well, everybody must have been a celebrity that day, because I didn't see 3 damn masks in a whole damn crowd. I guess nobody was trying to save nobody's life that day.
And that's why the county health department, where the stadium is handing out masks.
They would have been better off handing out bottles of piss to chase with your nachos. Because evidently nobody was listening.
On 10, looking cool as ever, and Matt Damon finding his spot as well.
He finding his spot all right, because he sure ain't looking for his mask.
Everyone in the crowd is going to have to keep the mask on unless they're actively eating or drinking.
Or talk, or watching the game too, evidently.
Actresses, well, Charlize Theron is in the house. Mark Wahlberg making a call, making sure his peeps are here.
His peers is probably there, but his mask ain't. Next! When adults tell kids to follow their examples, adults should set better examples.
New tonight, hundreds of students in Oakdale banned from class for not wearing their masks.
All they gotta say is, we thought we was at the Super Bowl.
Smiley faces on this image protect identities, but these Chino Hill High School students are not necessarily happy.
With all them damn face coverings, it's more likely they stressed.
Students barefaced and packed into the Oakdale High School gym.
Phone video shows how many are spending their day in the outside lunch area or quad.
Didn't they used to treat black people like that back in the days? Now it's the unvaxxed that is the new niggas.
Freshman Nolan Harris was one of them.
Where by the end of the day, there was about 100 kids in there.
Sacrificing our kids' future. Joe Biden, China kids is speaking from the future. They said thank you.
We would go to class, get marked present. The teacher would tell us, hey, if you're not willing to wear a mask in my class, you got to go to the quad and do all your work.
Bitch, was it in the school rule book?
About how many kids are doing this at the school?
Easily like 200.
Kids getting kicked out of class for not wearing face condoms. Well, if that was the case, you should have made the celebrities watch the game from the parking lot.
Students are supposed to work on assignments on their computers, but some claim they're still being penalized.
Penalized and uneducated.
That's why they're doing the schoolwork, and there's no teacher to help them or anything.
Kind of sound like school teachers in the hood. They there, but not mentally.
There's been one teacher that gives us our work, but he won't let you turn it in. So he marks it as like a T, so you weren't in class, so it's not going to be counted as points because you were sitting out in the quad.
That also kind of sound like teachers in schools in the hood. They give kids good enough grades just to pass their ass along.
If we don't go to class, then something bad will happen. Technically, we won't be able to take a test. So that's what happened today. I wasn't able to take a test unless I had to be there.
Next time, get you a Super Bowl media pass to go to class. It should work.
We'll have a few security people watching us, but there's no teachers.
And the last time I checked, security don't teach English, and science. Next!
Some Orange County parents are angry following a small protest over mask wearing in school.
Yeah, they are upset. Deputies were called to Wood Canyon Elementary School after a handful of students refused to wear their masks today in class.
So the police was called on elementary kids not wearing masks, and they was never called on Black Lives Matter burning shit down. Ain't that a bitch?
Being told that, if you don't wear a mask, you're not going to get extra credit. It's just disgusting. It's awful.
And a little racist, how they kicking kids out of class for not wearing face condoms.
Looking at these viral images, mom of two, Ava Harrison, says things just clicked.
You mean the governor taking pictures with somebody he can kill? Or somebody who can kill him, if you know what I mean.
Parents saw this, the kids saw this, and they stated enough is enough.
And said, fuck it.
I thought he surely has lifted the state of emergency at this point, and I was done sending my children to school with a mask.
Because your kids pose less of a threat than Governor Newsome grown ass.
Harrison says both her son and daughter have severe allergies and have trouble breathing through their masks, but wore them for months.
Imagine the psychological damage it done.
Not after that photo.
I printed the picture, wrote, "This is your mask exemption," and sent my children to school with that.
And if they ask you what it is, tell them it's your Governor Newsome face condom exemption.
And I think the climax was Governor Newsome when he wasn't wearing his mask. I think that's what happened.
Parents say their kids should have the same rights. And Beth Roberts say the kids should have the same rights too. Because Beth Roberts loved the kids. And it was Beth Roberts' birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Beth Roberts. Happy birthday to you. Next! Beth Roberts, do you know in California that people call the police on kids and not criminals?
Some Orange County parents are angry following a small protest over mask wearing in school.
Yeah, they are upset. Deputies were called to Wood Canyon Elementary School after a handful of students refused to wear their masks today in class.
For an 8 and a 9-year-old. Treating an 8 and a 9-year-old like the Canadian truckers.
Last Monday, they were taken out of class. Same thing on Tuesday, and by Friday, a few other students joined, and off to the principal's office they went.
Well, if the kids got sent to the principal, Governor Newsome should have got sent to the NFL commissioner.
Parents say what happened next was absolutely shocking. Just 7 minutes after the last student was taken out of the principal's office, they say they saw an Orange County Sheriff's deputy roll up on campus.
Damn, was they filming an episode of Baby Cops?
We just took some pictures. We were about to leave anyway. They called the police on 5 children and 4 parents who were in the parking lot eating cookies, taking some pictures.
Maybe the police thought the cookies could be used as a deadly weapon.
Harrison says the principal instructed them to take their so-called protest outside school bounds.
You can't protest face condoms in our school.
They left immediately, but she believes the police presence was an unnecessary scare tactic.
To scare the cookies out of the 8 and 9-year-olds.
They were scared that they were going to take us away.
According to mask choice advocacy group Let Them Breathe, law enforcement has no jurisdiction over these matters.
I think the Cookie Monster do.
The education code limits schools their authority when it comes to disciplinary actions, and they can't be going forward with criminal proceedings just based on a student's choice to mask or not.
And rather they eat chocolate chip or oatmeal cookies. Next!
In Chino Hills, yesterday there was 376 students that were sitting outside.
Getting treated worse than a Haitian immigrant. And by the way, Donald Trump was right. Haiti is a shithole country.
Chino Valley Unified School Board member Andrew Cruz explains some parents have been very vocal about COVID mandates at meetings, but this is a new development.
Because thanks to Governor Newsome, they mad.
And it needs to stop. This is ridiculous at this point.
But parents are standing behind their children and protesting mask wearing, which the board says follows state and San Bernardino County Health Department guidelines.
But evidently not Super Bowl guidelines.
Cruz disagrees with his colleagues on this one.
Under the Department of Health, it states a recommendation and guidelines. It doesn't say it's a law.
Well, Joe Biden said it's a mandate.
Do you think there's a chance the board would actually consider lifting the mandate?
Honestly, no.
Because politics is involved. Next!
And we just go to the quad, finish our work there, and do it for the rest of the day, basically.
And how many kids can say that. Next! Tom do not like that. One thing Tom hates worse than me not making no videos is these Democrats cheating our kids out of an education. Tom McConaughey got a serious problem with that.
Be honest with me, are you learning anything this year?
This year, I'm gonna be honest with you, no.
This generation could be a generation lost.
The students say they were following Governor Newsome's example after pictures showed him maskless at the NFC Championship game over the weekend.
Well, they will really be mad over the Super Bowl last Sunday.
Throughout Oakdale Unified's 7 campuses, more than 100 other students ditched their masks too in protest of Governor Newsome's mask mandate.
The kids ditched their face condoms like T. Higgins tried to ditch Jalen Ramsey's helmet on that touchdown when he grabbed it and threw his ass.
If they don't follow by their own rules that they're trying to force upon me, why should I follow them?
Criminals around the world must have thought the same thing.
Oakdale parent Melissa Goodman shared these pictures of dozens of moms and dads outside their child's school to show their support.
As a good parent should.
They don't want to get in trouble. They don't want to disrespect their teachers, but they also want their right to share their smiles and to breathe freely.
Just as freely as celebrities and Democrats do.
All demonstrations were peaceful, but Superintendent Dr. Dave Klein says learning was disrupted.
Yeah, by teachers not allowing kids to learn.
He sent a letter to parents stressing the importance of keeping students in the classroom.
They should have sent a letter to their ass saying the same thing.
They just aren't doing enough. Can they do everything? No, but they can do something.
They could do something, but they don't want to go against the science.
While the district braces for more demonstrations, Nolan says he plans to be on campus maskless again.
You better be careful before your ass be on COVID most wanted. Next!
Now, you mentioned you're fighting for your son. Middle schooler, I understand something happened on Friday when he took the mask off.
8th grade. My son has been not wanting to wear a mask since this week, since he saw Mayor Eric Garcetti and our Governor Newsome not wearing it indoors at Sophie Stadium.
Kids are mad, but mothers are madder.
After that, he said, "Why do I have to wear this?" And I told him, "You have the choice. We'll support you with whatever you want."
Because we want to give you something we had when we was younger, a little something called freedom.
He was suspended on Friday from school for not wearing his mask.
And Governor Newsome gave a bullshit-ass apology for not wearing one.
Gulfston parents here told us after seeing images of the governor at the 49ers game over the weekend maskless, if he doesn't have to follow the rules, they say, why should they have to?
And this was the nigga who made the rules, so his ass know the rules better than anybody.
Let your kids choose, let all of us choose.
Reminding America of the word freedom. Most parents still remember we have rights. Rights not to wear face condoms.
That's what her 8-year-old son chose to do yesterday. Pop got a call from the school about it.
They called me and asked me to pick him up, and I refused. I said, no, it is your job to educate my son, and he has every right to be there.
And learn like any other normal kid.
She was upset when she learned what happened next to her son and another maskless student.
They forced him to go outside in 43-degree weather.
Well, I would have kicked somebody's ass at 44 or 42 degrees.
We talked to Oakdale Joint Unified School District Superintendent Dave Klein about it.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Well, me kicking your ass would have been on purpose.
That was a miscalculation on my part, and I took responsibility for that. I apologize to both parents that took place.
Well, I will be apologizing to my foot for what just took place in your ass.
But parents say they'll continue to let their kids make the decision on masks, not the state.
At what point do we say no more?
And according to kids and parents, that point was an NFC Championship game.
Governor Gavin Newsome responded to criticism today about violating his own mask mandate. The governor posed for a photo at the 49ers-Rams game last night, and you can clearly see he's not wearing a mask, which is a violation of state rules and stadium rules.
Governor Newsome said, who cares about rules?
Of course, I was trying to be gracious, and I made a mistake. I was trying to be gracious and took the mask off for a brief second.
That's better than what Mayor Veragosa said. That nigga said he was holding his breath.
But no, I encourage people to continue to wear them.
Just not in the Super Bowl, like you and Magic.
Magic Johnson also tweeted some photos with San Francisco Mayor London Breed and Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti. Both of those elected leaders were not wearing masks despite the strict policies in their own cities.
And the fact that they are Democrats and they live by different rules.
This continued undermining of the public's trust is dangerous.
Our California trust in Gavin Newsome, because we've been through this face condom shit before.
Tonight, a face mask controversy forcing Governor Newsome to remove his children from a Sacramento summer camp.
Like father, like son.
A group supporting the recall against the governor circulated a photo showing one of his children not wearing a mask indoors, which goes against the governor's own guidelines.
Guidelines he forced on you, but not him, his kids, or celebrities.
Yeah, campaign experts say recall elections can get messy, especially when you start involving children.
And that's the last thing you fuck with in America, the kids.
The governor's office responded quickly, saying they were not aware of this masking situation.
So you mean to tell me we supposed to believe Governor Newsome sent his kids to a camp and he didn't know the rules?
Governor Newsome was targeted after a photo surfaced showing his child at a sports camp indoors and not wearing a face mask.
I hope somebody target my baby mama with a 38 so I don't have to pay child support no more.
This would be a violation of state policy, fueling backlash from groups like Reopen California's Schools, which condemns mask requirements for kids and supports candidates running against the governor in the recall election.
I wonder if the liberals that voted for his ass now won't they vote back. Next! Because liberals should be tired of Governor Newsome lying. That nigga been lying for years.
Coming here in short notice. Want to make it clear that everything you've heard and read is true.
Like when Governor Newsome was fucking his campaign manager wife.
And I am deeply sorry about that.
As you always are. As you always are.
I've hurt someone I care deeply about, Alex Turk, his friends and family.
What about your wife and kids? You forgot about them?
And that is something that I have to live with and something that I am deeply sorry for.
Apologizing, sorry ass Governor Newsome should be your new name because you always apologizing, just like the first time you apologized for not wearing a face condom.
No, I made a mistake. I apologized. We had dinner, 4 o'clock dinner in an orange tiered county.
And nobody eating had a mask or a shot. And according to the Super Bowl, the guidelines your ass still not following.
We're not telling people they can't eat, but indeed, I made a mistake being with a few extra people beyond the guidelines that I've been promoting.
You apologize more than a $5 crackhead with a $50 a day habit.
That was a mistake, and I let my guard down, and I apologize for it.
But your dumb ass made it again.
And we're moving to correct that in terms of working harder every single day. Never made that mistake before.
Somebody should tag this nigga on Twitter with a clip of him in the Super Bowl.
I haven't made it since, and I won't make it again.
It's awfully strange. The face condom mandate was lifted after the Super Bowl, but the face condom mandate wasn't lifted for the kids. That's why even more and more liberals is turning against the Democratic Party. All these mandates and forced lockdowns and making people lose their job and fucking with our kids' psyche. You done fucked up fucking with the parents.